Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome to the second of this week's reviews. We're still in Europe. We're actually in the UK, and today we're looking at the city of Derry Airport in Northern Ireland, Echo Golf Alpha Echo. This is a new payware scenery from Gary Summons at UK2000SCENERY, and we're looking at version 1.0.1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. Once again, there's a 2024 version available when you purchase this as well. The download comes in at 42 meg and it installs at 129 meg. It's available currently from Simmarket. Best price I can find, okay, it's at Simmarket there. It's €17.99, which equates to roughly $19.65 US or £13.99 UK. The US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 20%, which of course could vary depending on your country of purchase. Now Gary's, if you go to Gary's website at UK2000SCENERY, you'll see it's listed at £13.99, but it doesn't say whether it includes tax or VAT, whereas the Simmarket prices do include tax. So Simmarket has it available at €17.99, which includes tax at 20%. This is a really nice little airport. Actually, it's been very, very well modelled, which is typical of Gary Summons at UK2000SCENERY. He models this airport so very, very nicely. So let's look at the features that are installed at this version here. Okay, features. We have fully detailed buildings, realistic ground markings, stunning night effects, highly detailed airport vehicles, excellent frame rates. You have a full set of airport signs, fencing, vegetation, PBR materials and static GA aircraft available as well. Just an important note here, you must also install the latest UK2000SCENERY Common Library. That's a free download, and I post the link in the description below. So when you purchase this scenery, before you install it, add the scenery library as well, and that carries all the objects that you will see. There is currently a GSX Profile available for this airport. It's not actually written for this version, it's written for a freeware, but actually I've tested it and I'll show you in a minute that they actually work. So well, let's have a quick look at GSX in action here before we go on to the history. Okay, so here's my Airbus A320, the Phoenix Airbus A320, parked on stand number 2. Let's get GSX going, and I can show you how it works. So I've chosen Menzies. There are various other options for you to try. So there we go, both stairs accurately up to the doors. Let's open the doors. So there's the doors open. So next let's open the cargo doors. So cargo doors are opening. Let's start the boarding and the loading and just give you a flavour of how it all works.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Right, I've done that to connect the tug just to show you that it works. They don't actually start the pushback, but they do connect the tug. As you can see, the crew bus arrives and we've got cargo coming along as well. And you've got the wing walkers out there. So again, you've got the wing walkers there. You can see the 2 pilots going into the cockpit.
Crew boarding starting.
And here comes the crew. So there you can see the cargo going on, and pretty shortly the passenger bus will arrive. You can see the passengers. So the GSX profile that's been written for this airport, that's not actually for the UK2, specifically for the UK2000 scenery version, actually does work. You can see it works pretty well. Okay, so let's leave this and let's look at some history now. Okay, history. The City of Derry Airport, Echo Golf Alpha Echo, previously known as RAF Eglinton and London Derry Eglinton Airport, is a public-use regional airport owned by the Derry City and Strabane District Council and operated by the City of Derry Airport Operations Limited. The airport is located 7 miles or 11 kilometres northeast of Derry in Northern Ireland. It rests on the south bank of the Lough Foyle, a short distance from the village of Eglinton, and 8 miles or 13 kilometres from the city centre. The airport, also known locally as Eglinton Airport, has experienced a decline in passenger numbers in recent years, partially due to the COVID pandemic and also chronic underfunding. In 2023, 154,000 plus passengers used the airport, whereas in 2008 that figure peaked at over 438,000. The airport is currently a base for the Scottish regional carrier Loganair, who operate domestic flights to other parts of the UK. Other airlines who serve the airport include Ryanair, EasyJet and Voletea. The airport has its origins in the Second World War. In 1941, the Royal Air Force Eglinton Air Base was established home to No. 133 Squadron RAF, which operated Hawker Hurricanes. In 1942, the base was occupied by No. 41 Squadron RAF. In 1943, the airfield became a Fleet Air Arm base called RNAS Eglinton, or known as HMS Gannet, and was home to No. 1847 Fleet Air Arm Squadron, which provided convoy air cover as part of the Battle of the Atlantic. The Royal Naval Air Station Eglinton closed in April 1959, with the remaining squadrons moving to RAF Ballyhalbert, County Down, and RAF Ballykelly in County Londonderry. After the war, the base remained a military establishment until the 1950s, when the Ministry of Defence returned much of the land to the original landowners. A major redevelopment programme was undertaken by the Council from 1989 to 1993 with grant aid from the European Regional Development Fund. Some £10.5 million was spent upgrading all of the facilities of the airport, including runways, taxiways, access roads, navigational equipment and runway lighting, as well as a new purpose-built terminal and fire station. The name of the airport was officially changed from Londonderry Eglinton to the City of Derry Airport by the Derry City Council, following the nationalist support within the newly renamed council. Jersey European Airways attempted what turned out to be a short-lived shuttle link between Derry and Belfast City. In May 1999, Air 2000 began holiday charter flights, followed by Ryanair, who began scheduled flights out of Derry Airport. The recently completed runway safety zone extension and apron works have allowed the CAA to lift the capacity restriction on the aircraft operating out of the airport. This has increased seat availability and passenger throughput at the airport. It also enabled Ryanair to establish their first international route from the airport to Alicante, which unfortunately was axed in 2014. In the years to 2024, Ryanair opened services to various destinations and then axed them due to issues with the EU after Brexit. However, after further consultation, Ryanair announced a twice-weekly service to Birmingham from January 2024, and in November that year, EasyJet began flights into Derry for the first time, re-establishing routes to Edinburgh and Liverpool twice weekly. In January 2025, Voletea operated a charter flight to Verona for 6 weeks, commencing 18th of January 2025, following the success of its 4-week charter the previous year. So there you go, some history for you. This airport is anything but dead. I mean, regional airlines still operate into it, and as you can see, a lovely airport in a prime location, and visually very pleasing as to where it sits. And as ever, we can see Gary's done a fantastic job with all the detail, just from the shots you can see in this part. Okay, so let's look at the single runway that this airport operates in detail now. Okay, the City of Derry Airport operates a single runway 0826 measuring 6,460 feet or 1,969 meters, and is constructed from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of just 23 feet or 7 meters and sits within the GMT UTC time zone. Now, like much of the rest of the UK, Northern Ireland does indeed observe Daylight Saving Time, or DST, and with the UK currently on GMT Standard Time, the airport also remains on the same time as the UK. So it's 6 PM local time. It's March the 18th, 2025 is the date of this video. We're looking down the throat of runway 08. So runway 0826, both ends of this runway feature high-intensity runway lighting, high-intensity airfield lighting system, centerline lighting, and precision approach path indicators on the left side. Also, we have the approach lighting, which again is on the chart. So this runway is accurate right down to the last detail, including the little bit of displace threshold here, which gives you the turning area. So approaches for runway 08, you have a standard instrument landing system with Y and Z approach options and an NDB approach option as well. So that all looks to be pretty good. Let's go down the other end, have a look at runway 26. Okay, so here we are looking down the throat of runway 26, and I've changed the time to 5 minutes to 7 in the morning to avoid the sun blaring down from the other side there, which will blot out the view. So as we said, runway 26 has the same lighting options and the same, basically the same lighting options as the other end. You can see the PAPIs on the left, the high intensity airfield lighting system, center line, and the approach lighting system as well. So approach options for this runway are basically the same as the other one. The only difference is the standard instrument landing system is just that. It has no Y or Z option, but it does also have an NDB approach. The runway also is fully grooved. So as you can see, everything's as per the charts, as we would expect, and it's all good. No jetways again at this airport, so let's get down proper to the main tour and have a look and see what Gary is showing us this time. Okay folks, welcome back. It's the daytime, and in fact it's early afternoon. We'll start with a look at some of the taxiway signage and some of the things that Gary has done here. Here you've got the windsock, and here you can see the runway entrance signs, and we've got wigwags as well, which are typical. These are typical British type wigwags, or runway guard lights I think Americans call them. And here you've got the various ground signs that indicate here this is not in use. And here we look a little bit closer. As you can see, decent signs on plinths into the ground, just as we expect them, and there's a close-up of the wigwag lights. And the same is true out on the runway, decent signage, and looking in the other direction. Okay, so let's head back in towards the airport airside. We'll look at some of these buildings and things along the way. Here you've got a really nice GA area, complete with aircraft, open hangar. That's very nice here. Okay, so here you've got a private jet and a Cessna just parked along here. Some nice weathering on that building across the other side there. Once again, nice weathering on these buildings. They're all as they should be. Got a couple of people over there. And very nice. One of them's animated, and you've got a couple of various bits and pieces. Here we've got the mandatory fence. ICAO regulations, the fence is supposed to be 2.9 meters high with a crank neck and razor wire. It's supposed to have a meter clearance either side, and this probably just about does it. And there should be the red warning signs on there on the other side, but that's okay. So here we've got an open hangar, various aircraft inside, and it would appear you might have space here to park a helicopter or a light aircraft in here as well yourself, which would be really good. Now once again, the models are of good quality, nothing to complain about here, and it all looks pretty good. And we have a couple of people here, which is nice. So continuing the tour, we're still airside. Here's the disused runway, as you can see, with the X's marked on it. You got this facility over here with some old cargo containers. There's the airside fence down there to the left, as we head back towards airside and the main ramp area that we really want to look at. It's all pretty nice. Even the grass looks good, to be honest. So we're going to come across the airside ramp. Various vehicles and bits and pieces lying around. There's the fire station to the right. And once again, some excellent modelling, some really good models here. It just looks nice, it really does. So we come across the airside road here. There's my aircraft parked on stand 2. All the ground markings look good. We've got one or two people placed here and there. There's a couple down there to the right. There you can see passengers inside the terminal. And yeah, it's great. All done in 3D, all crystal clear, with the right amount of weathering. And it all looks pretty good. Really nothing to complain about. It does look good. Well, nice car models. There's a good variety. They're all parked in their slots. Okay, so let's do a slow pass land side of the terminal, see what we can see. Once again, Gary's done an excellent job here. The detail is excellent. We've got a couple of people there. It's really nice. This is what gives you atmosphere at an airport. Just add a few people in the right places. It's lovely. It's really nice. Very nice indeed. So a little bit further landside over some of these buildings and just head towards the airport entrance. And there you've got the entrance barriers. And once again, even this part out here is done 3D. And here's the edge of the scenery. Okay, so a close-up look at the stands. This is what you guys will be interested in when you park and fly up to this place. Here's a close-up look. I've sport directly from the menu, and as you can see, we're pretty much right on the mark here, which is excellent. Really nice. Nothing much to say. It all works. It looks good. There we are looking down the airside road. And there's the other direction. So let's have a look at the control tower. Some nice modelling on the rooftops here as well. So there we are, the tower's modelled and we've got an engineer inside. Let's have a look inside. And here we are inside the tower looking out across the airfield. Very nice, exactly what you want. Just completes the effect. So in the distance here you can see the fire training ground, which we'll have a quick look at. Again, the area has been properly, fully modelled. Very nice indeed. Okay, once again a quick view from the flight deck. This is what you'll see when you park up on stand 2 during the day. And a quick look out of the passenger window across the wing there. And there's the view across the first officer's window. Okay, so we're airside. Let's slowly enter the airside lounge, assuming we can, and have a look inside. And yes, we can. So here we are inside the airside part. A couple of people here. There's the airside lounge, Burger King. And some people waiting to board, and nice to see what I believe that is staff member there. We'll see. Okay, so it would appear that's as far as we can go. Let's try it once more. So you can see people in there. But that's what happens when you try to go in. So here we are outside arrivals departure LANDSIDE. Let's see if we can go in here. No, we can't. It's a pity. I mean, Gary does this quite a lot. He allows you to see things but you go no further, which is a real pity because his skills are great. And these days, with the way the flight simulator is going and all of the eye candy that you can have without affecting the frame rates, it would be nice to be able to go in and actually have a look at what's been done. So I don't expect this to be any different, but let's see whether we can do anything here. So we're outside the pay station. We'll go a bit closer. And there you go. Yeah, same problem. So there we go, nice high level overview of the airport showing you airside and landside. I mean, it looks great. All the cars, there's plenty of car variety in the car park. They're all in their slots. Nothing's out of place. The terminal looks great. Pity we can't go inside, but that's the way Gary's designed it, and that's fair enough. Okay, so let's turn the lighting down to dusk now. Okay, 6:35 PM. in the evening. Today is the 18th of March 2025 is the date of this video. Here we are looking at the main apron at dusk. Lights literally just came on at 18:35, and as you can see, it looks great. Some nice subtle lighting. The ramp looks good. Not really going to be any problems getting to the ramp here. There you can see the sun disappearing, and you've got the WIGWAGS there flashing away, and you have lighting over at the GA terminal there. And in the other direction, looking out over the sea, it's beautiful, isn't it? It really is. And again, just looking across the disused runway over to the sea. Very, very nice. Once again, quick look from the flight deck. This is looking over the first officer's window. And there's the view from the captain's side. So just a couple of quick shots of the taxiway signage here at dusk. As you can see, they're very bright. No problems at all looking at them. And once again, the additional signage, all looking quite good. And there you can see there's a moderate slope in the runway, which I believe is as per the real world. So a quick pass over the GA area we looked at earlier. As you can see, there's perfectly adequate lighting, and inside the hangar too, which is nice. And as we head back towards the terminal area, you can see some very nice subtle lighting on the buildings ahead, some sort of moderate parallaxing here, which also really works. Now here's this sort of cargo wood area that we saw before. And we pass airside here, coming up towards where the aircraft are parked and the terminal. To the left you can see blue airfield edge lights, so you shouldn't have any problem taxiing in off the runway to the apron. And here we pass across the airside parking area. And it all looks pretty good. You can see inside the terminal there too. Some nice little subtle lighting, and even the vehicles have lights, which is good. So we do a little pass landside. Again, some nice lighting. There are some globes around. And a quick pass to landside here. You can see the towers lit as well from up there. And yeah, it looks lovely. Really is nice. Yeah, these are Sobo globes floating around. Hopefully one day Gary will find a way to remove them. And there you can see some little bit of parallaxing and lighting on some of these little buildings landside that again just really add to the ambience of the place. So we cross from landside to airside. There you can see inside the terminal, even though we can't go in. The effect is really quite nice. Typical high quality modelling here from Gary as usual. And it all looks pretty nice here. Okay, so that was the airport at dusk. Let's drop it down to night time now and see what it looks like. Okay, 10 PM local time, and as you can see the sun is gone. Ramp lighting's come up a bit more, which is good. And yeah, it all looks pretty nice. No complaints at all. So there we are looking towards the runway. You can see the blue airfield edge lights, and you've got plenty of lighting really to help you get in. You'll need your nose gear light, but pretty much that's it. And over there you can see the GA area is also lit nicely. And looking out towards the bay there, where you've got the runway threshold in the distance. Just a couple of close-up shots on the ramp for you. Here's the aircraft. There in the distance you can see the fire station. And looking across the airside ramp. There's the control tower. So we do have the mandatory red lights on the top, but they don't seem to be lit. They're just kind of a red colour. But no, they're there. That's the important thing. And just a quick shot of the airside lounge there so you can see. Okay, so that was some shots around the airport at night. Let's bring the dawn up. Hopefully I'm in the right position to have the sun come up behind me. Okay, 6:45 in the morning, and here you can see the sun's coming up behind me. Got a nice glow on the terminal there and on the aircraft, and the moon in the distance. Very, very nice. Just a quick look across the rest of the car park there. And they're looking out of the runway. There's the fire training ground below us. And the sun rises over the bay in the distance. Very, very nice. Okay, 8 AM, time to wrap up the review, give you my thoughts and conclusions. We've got a really nice product here. at a nice, quite a competitive price. I mean, £13.99, including tax, is pretty good. Again, lots of development. The airport looks exactly as it should be from the research that I've done. I think probably my only disappointment is the fact that we can't go into the terminal. But obviously Gary's chosen to develop it as far as he can. I mean, what I like is you can still see the airside lounge. You've got plenty of people waiting to go on board. And hopefully somebody will actually produce a proper GSX file here, because you've got the opportunity for passengers to come out of the terminal and walk along the ramp and go into the aircraft there. So if somebody is able to produce a correct GSX profile for this airport, it'd be wonderful. But really, that's only my only disappointment, the fact that we can't go into the terminal and it's not as developed as you'd like it to be. But you know, I have no problem with it at all. That's as far as Gary wants to go. The rest of the airport, the detail is incredible. You have a huge selection of vehicles, all properly parked. And you do have people, both landside and airside, and in various points along the airport, which brings this to life. No complaints at all. And everything that should be on the airport is there. This is a nice little airport. Challenging approach. You've only got just over 6,500 foot runway here. So Ryanair flies in here in the 737. So it must be a challenging place to land. So there you are. That's the city of Derry Airport in Northern Ireland. Echo Golf Alpha Echo. This is the Payware Scenery, the latest one from UK2000SCENERY, the Gary Summons stable. This is version 1.0.1 for the PC version of Flightsim.To. There's also a 2024 version available as well when you purchase this. Download comes in at a mere 42 meg, it's not huge at all, and it installs at 129 meg, so it's not a vast amount. Obviously when you do this, make sure you install the UK2000SCENERY common library so that you get all the vehicles and all the bits and pieces associated with this product. It's available from Simmarket, and you can get it for £13.99, which equates to roughly $19.65 US, or €17.99 on the euro. The US and UK prices are estimates taken from that euro price, and they do include VAT or tax at 20%, which of course can vary depending on your purchase. Now Gary shows the prices on his website, and £13.99 is the price shown there for this product, but it doesn't say whether it includes tax. So if you get it from Simmarket, which comes out at roughly the similar sort of price, you'll know that the tax is included. And if I'm correct in assuming certain people in North America purchasing this, they get their tax is slightly less than this, so you might be getting a better deal. Do I like it? Yeah, I'm a big supporter of Gary's products over the years, from FS 2004, FSX and P3D. The guy's done some incredible work. He's a one-man band. This is his only job, and yeah, his products are great. Those of you who've seen some of his North American sceneries as well, he's added his talents over there. Plenty for you to look at, and we're now moving into the 2024 generation. And Gary continues to produce quality products like this, and I've no hesitation in recommending it. So big shout out to Gary for letting me have a copy of this. Thanks mate, I really appreciate that. You've done another wonderful job. Also a shout out, hoping that somebody will produce a GSX profile specific to this scenery, which would really help. There's lots of potential to see passengers walking out along the ramp there. And like I said, please note when you buy this scenery, make sure you have the UK2000 Common Library scenery installed as well. It's free, download it, there's a link in the description below. So my name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up this review. Thanks for watching. If you've been on the fence about this, I hope this has helped you. I certainly like it. It's you know, it's just another good airport, and I seem to be reviewing a lot of good ones lately. So really pleased about that. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try and get this third review out this week for Taklamat in Algeria, but there are a couple of issues, missing landing lights and stuff on the runway that I've notified the developer about, and it may be that he might not get back to me that quickly. He has responded, but we may not get the changes that we need to make the scenery worth it. certainly in the darkness hours. They may not be done as quickly as we might hope, so we might not get that. So what I might do is might try and release an adventure video later this week. We'll see how that goes. So thanks everybody, thanks to my supporters. If you want to support me and help me out, buy me a coffee. It's quite cheap. I'm a one-man band too. I do all this for free. I don't have a monetization on this channel, and I do this to help you, the simmer, decide which you want to buy and what quality you want in your simulation. So thanks as ever, and guys, take care. I will see you in the next video. Have a great week, safe flying, and yeah, keep the bright side up. Bye for now.